how do I behave when I am in private. Because who we are in private is who we really are. It is no good to be all wonderful or magnanimous and fantastic when other people are looking. But then in private, in our private lives, our families, our loved ones, our employees, people who really, really, really know you, turn around and say, if you really knew that person that you see in public, you wouldn't be saying these things about them. How about that? Despite being Salau, despite not having caught any fish for days on end, despite being despised by the young fisherman, the old man goes to sleep and he sleeps very well. He doesn't even stress about his bad luck. Once he's done with work, he's done with work. He goes and he sleeps, we're told. He no longer dreamt of storms, nor of women, nor of great events, nor of great fish, nor of fights, nor of contests of strength, nor of his wife. Now he only dreamt of places and of the lions on the beach. They played like young cats in the dusk, and he loved there as he loved the boy. He never dreamt about the boy. He no longer dreams about these things of vanity, achievements. How will I appear? The things that bring accolades and recognition. He no longer dreams about those things. When he goes to sleep, he dreams about faraway places. He has fantasies, about the lions playing in the beach. He seems to have retreated to a simpler life. And because he's no longer entrapped with these things of vanity, he can have a peaceful sleep. He's not thinking about, oh, these people, the fishermen, how they were looking at me. Am I going to be this way forever? Will I always be Salau and this young boy will run away from me? No, 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 no. He never doesn't think about the accolades and the claps and the crowd. Doesn't do that. The old man has reached a point where he's no longer playing to the crowd. He has retreated to a place of silence and to a place of peace. The one thing that you will notice about the old man when he's preparing for the day is that he's very careful about how he lays out his lines. Interesting that despite being an expert, despite being a seasoned fisherman, he still prepares very, very carefully. Or rather, should I say, that precisely because he's a seasoned fisherman, precisely because he is so experienced, he knows the importance of preparing and ensuring that the lines and everything is very well done. There's a common understanding or a common attitude where people assume that the more experienced one is, the more then they don't need to prepare as much. When the truth of the matter really is, the ones who are experts, the ones who are really good at what they do, always know the importance of preparation. Before they parted, the old man said to the young boy, "Good luck," and the young boy says to the old man, "Good luck." And so, of course, one imagines that whether you catch a fish or not depends precisely on luck. If you're lucky that day, fish come your way, you're going to get it. This is the impression that is created by that statement. However, it appears this is not so. One has to be prepared. The fisherman says to us, he looked down into the water and watched the lines that went straight down into the dark water. He kept them straighter than any other fisherman. Point number one. That this man kept the lines straighter than any other fisherman. That means he was the most precise. He was the one who really did his craft really well, better than any other fisherman. So is it any wonder that in the past he had caught all these fish? But they go on. I keep them with precision, he thought. Only I have no luck anymore. But who knows? Maybe today. Every day is a new day. It is better to be lucky, but I would rather be exact. Then, when luck comes, you're ready. It's almost a cliche. We've often heard this said that success is what happens when a person is prepared. And then you find out that the better prepared they are, the luckier they are. In any case, so the old man does acknowledge that there's an element of luck. There's an element of, if what happens will happen, but he is prepared. And so, of course, then, when the moment comes, he's going to be much more successful. And then the old man goes out. He goes out fishing, and would you know it? He has a bite. Yeah, a fish bites his bait, and then it's a bigger fish. So then the fish starts dragging him. And here, one would have to really visualize the image of him sitting in his small boat. The line is there, and under the water, the big fish is dragging him. And now we're really going to see the stuff of which the old man is made of. The first thing that strikes you when the old man got into the boat and as he was heading out to sea is that this old man is a philosopher. He thinks about things. That means that this old man has an inner life. He contemplates. We've talked about this in other books. He contemplates. And because he contemplates, he's creative and he's able to make sound judgment. For example, you notice when he's looking out to the sea, he's thinking about the birds. And he asks this question: why did they make birds so delicate and fine, as those sea swallows, when the ocean can be so cruel? She is kind and very beautiful, but she can be so cruel. You see, these are the questions that philosophers will often ask. Why is this like this, and why is that like the other? In a sense, what we are trying to do here is trying to get to the metaphysical level of life, to try and arrive at the permanent truths of life. And upon these permanent truths, then one is able to base their value system and indeed their very life. So first, you will notice that the old man is a philosopher, as I've just said. The second thing you will notice about this old man as he's going out to sea is that, of course, he's very professional. And that is why his lines are tighter and placed much better than any other fisherman. He's very professional. His professionalism is also going to come across when he talks about where he's going to try and fish today. He knows about the different places that one can find the fish. And now, the third thing then we're going to notice about this old man is we're going to notice something about his character. The old man has resolve. This will come across when finally the fish bites and the fish starts dragging him along, and it pulls him and it pulls him. And you'll notice that it's almost like a game that he's now playing. It's a battle of wills between himself and this fish. This fish, if it goes down or if it becomes overly aggressive, could easily pull him down and kill him. And so it's not just a matter of the man putting the line into the water and then grabbing the fish out. It's a point where also the man could die if he doesn't know what he is doing. Hence, the old man looks at one point in time and he says, "Fish," he said, "I love you and respect you very much, but I will kill you dead before this day ends." And then you see the old man's resolve, because again he will say, "Fish," he said softly, "I'll stay with you until I'm dead." So the old man is putting his very life on the line. He is willing to die in this adventure. Now remember earlier, when he had been talking to the young man, he had looked at the young man and he said, "I know a few tricks," he said, "but I also have resolve." And now we see what that resolve meant. That resolve means that when it comes down to it, I will be willing to die before I let this fish go. And obviously that's important, because then that's how he's going to succeed. If he looked at this big fish and just let it go, then that he will never succeed like that. But he is successful because he's willing to put everything that he has behind this. That, along with his character, tells you the kind of person that we're dealing with. You know, it has been said that virtue is not virtue if it is not tested. And this old man is about to be tested. The old man had seen many great fish. He had seen many that weighed more than 1,000 pounds, and he had caught two of that size in his life, but never alone. Now, alone and out of sight of land, he was tied fast to the biggest fish that he had ever seen, and bigger than he had ever heard of, and his left hand was still cramped. So the old man is going to be tested like he has never been tested before. A gentleman uses his butter knife even when dining alone. In other words, what we do in private is really the test of who we are. And this is it. This is what the old man is going to reveal to us about who he is and his character. And who he is and how he acts at this moment in time will then explain or demonstrate to us, or illustrate for us rather, why the young boy says that this is the greatest fisherman. Indeed, the old man says, I told the boy I was a strange old man, he said. Now is when I must prove it. The 1,000 times that he had proved it meant nothing. Now he was proving it again. The last battle we fight is always the most important one. So at this point, is the old man going to give up, or is he going to wrestle with this fish? What is more, the old man has often given lessons to the young boy about how to be a man. And even if the young boy is not there, he knows that he has to live up to this promise. Although it is unjust, he thought, but I will show him what a man can do and what a man endures. And this is the test for the old man. He knows that the boy looks up to him. And even if the boy is not there, he is going to live up to being a man. A lesson and a point for us to contemplate. What and how do I behave when I am in private? Because who we are in private is who we really are. It is no good to be all wonderful or magnanimous and fantastic when other people are looking. But then in private, in our private lives, our families, our loved ones, our employees, people who really, really, really know you, turn around and say, if you really knew that person that you see in public, you wouldn't be saying these things about them. How we act in private is the true test of our real character.